Articles for 5. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on. That's what I need.
Oh my goodness.
If you'll hit the light, please, man.
Please tell me you wrote the one at least.
1 minute starting on the 4. Go. Oh my.
Stop saying things.
Tootsie Roll.
You guys have this. You can guess as much as you need. Tootsie Roll.
It's a tree.
Log.
What?
Log roll.
Rolling.
It is log rolling. It is log rolling. That's 5 more. All right, your group, you got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is log rolling? Go ahead.
It's like a compromise.
You've got it next time.
Where, people from opposing parties, like one person will pass a bill if the other person agrees to pass one also.
It's an agreement, you know. It's I'll pat your back, you pat my back kind of
You
thing.
pass my bill.
Listen to that.
I mean, you draw these things. Okay, actually, it is. If your bill, for example, was in Zarifa's committee and hers was in yours, the idea would be, and this is an American term, log rolling, that basically once you start one log to roll, a lot of other ones will follow. If I pass your bill, then you'll pass mine, which means the logs are beginning to roll. That's exactly what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick me a category.
Legislatures for 4 points.
Legislature for 4. List all you can. Go ahead. Click it. Question time. You guys have it next, but you've got it now.
This is in the British parliamentary system where the Prime Minister is basically up for question, and the opposition questions him once a week, trying to embarrass him, basically.
Okay. Anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2.
Okay.
Brown is not as good as this as Tony Blair was.
Give me more specifics about question time. 2, 1. Go, Julia.
It's often very loud, and people can say.
Explain it to me. What does it look like?
Like you have a table in the middle, and then you have like someone presiding over it.
Okay.
Then you have the Prime Minister on one side, and then you have the opposition on the other side.
Okay.
And behind the opposition is normally people who are on their side, maybe
Okay.
the political party. And then on the side of the Prime Minister, you have members of his cabinet, and you also have his party.
So basically, you've got the Prime Minister, and then you've got the leader of the opposition, mano to mano, so to speak, basically separated by podiums. You've got the Prime Minister's party or coalition behind him or her. You've got the opposition leader's coalition behind him or her. And then what else do they do, basically? She's right, you embarrass, but what else is going on from those clips?
It's somewhat like an interrogation. They ask him questions, he has to respond.
About
his policy.
Okay, so he's got to defend the government's policies, and indeed, they can ask whatever they want in this. And how is it typically received?
Pretty
intense.
It's pretty intense. Anything else you can tell me? 3, 2.
You can almost, it's actually, they laugh a lot. It's actually not as...
They laugh a lot.
They just, it's not as much funny haha, it's more of... They almost try to embarrass each other.
Compared to like our governmental system, it looks strange to us because they're like yelling and going back and forth, and ours is very like respectful.
It's almost like being in a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the grand scheme of things. Go, Kyle. Tell me more.
They have a list that they come out with of commonly asked questions.
They do.
They'll list out the responses for the questions, so that if it comes up again, the Prime Minister can just like say refer to number 46.
So the Prime Minister is challenged by the opposition leader, and then individual members can stand up and ask questions. And you're right, this is a specific list, and then the Prime Minister can say basically, okay, refer to number X or number 50 or 47 or whatever it might be, and then they'll get the answer to this. Anything else you can tell me?
It's actually overseen by one guy who keeps it as orderly as possible.
And the name of that dude?
It says someone presides over on top.
But what's the dude? Did we call him the dude? Yeah, they did say that.
You didn't give me a name, so that's -4.
Oh!
Can you give me the name, Kyle?
No.
Can't.
We can. The Speaker.
Of the House of Lords.
The Speaker. Okay, easy enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Click it. Pick me the next category.
Okay, miscellaneous for 4 points.
You're sending texts.
Isn't it class over?
Come on.
Miscellaneous for 4 points.
Let's see. I think we've got winners on this. So why don't we go ahead and run through these last categories since Ashley said class is over. The 4 pointers. The last 2 Pictionaries. One for miscellaneous was going to be the flow chart, and I was actually going to have somebody from each group come up and draw the parliamentary system? That was
I
going to be
didn't
one
do
of
that.
those, and nobody picked that one. 4-pointer for DT and A, chapter 5, was actually going to be the shoes. And if you remember, the shoes were thrown, and that would be something to talk about. Let me run through these really, really quick, just to kind of hit on these and give you an idea of where I'm going. Articles 1, quota. This was the Indian system, if you remember, the quota for women. And one of the things we didn't mention was that there were legality questions about this, because a lot of Indian politicians will put their wives into office to secure their power. That one wasn't mentioned, but definitely pay attention to that in the article. 4 down here, libel versus slander. This was dealing, if you remember, with that British article talking about Britney Spears and the National Enquirer. So definitions. Written versus oral defamation. Make sure you know the difference between the U.S. and the British libel standards. Kind of important. Go ahead, Brendan.
Are you going to post this PowerPoint?
I may post it. I may. Minimum number of states to win the presidency, 11. We talked about that. List all you can. Roles of the monarch. Look at the articles on this, because there's a lot of things that you can say there. And then DT and A, the difference between authoritarianism and totalitarianism. Pretty straightforward kind of thing. Sign your name on the group that you were in. What I'm looking at here, Lashley, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. Go ahead and put plus 13 for Lashley's group. Kevin's group, go with plus 11. Kyle's group, go with plus 9. Ariel's group, go with plus 7. Lee's group, go with plus 5. And Brenda's group, go with plus 3. If you'll sign your names and bring these up to me on a piece of paper.
Oh, the piece of paper.
If you will sign plus 7.
Hey, can you get a piece
Okay.
of paper?
And Enoch, if you will sign the plus 7 paper from Ariel's group.
How are you gonna stop that? I don't know if she recorded.